Welcome back to Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 1365 and Doubleshot number 1253. We're covering the last two trades of Mariko Tamaki's run for She-Hulk. First up it is She-Hulk Volume 2, Let Them Eat Cake. This collects issues 7 through 11 of Hulk Volume 4. Yes. Now, unlike the last trade, basically, there were a lot of mental issues. This one doesn't, per se. It's mostly put just She-Hulk just doing, well, we're going to a trauma group, which is probably necessary for her. Also, the artwork changed in here. Yes, they changed the artwork between issues for some strange reason. I love the cover art here. The interior artwork is done by, well, for the first two issues in here, but by George Doretti. For issues 9 through 10 is Julian Lopez and Francisco Gullin. Yeah, Botchin, who does issue number 11. The cover art here is now by John Tyler Christopher, which I kind of wish, basically seeing this cover artwork, I kind of wish he was doing the interior artwork, because this was really good artwork. So, yeah. Look at this artwork. It's okay. Per se, it's not as good. It's not the worst artwork I've seen. Trust me, I've seen worse artwork than this. Where, see, there's this woman who's very muscular. Oh my gosh, this muscular woman. And it's just basically, it's almost like this one is like a series of random events, like Jennifer Walters turning to She-Hulk and basically being happy, and then running to Hellcat, which they pretty much are here for all 5 issues in this trade. Yep, they just basically chat while also dealing with the fact that she may have a potential boyfriend. Excuse me. Also dealing with this monster rampaging about. Yeah, this lasts about a couple issues in here. Oh, and by the way, her client from the first arc is not here. Nope, she is disappeared. I'm not sure why. The very rare job for the book. So, yeah, then she transforms into She-Hulk, where she's the Gray She-Hulk. And then she just, well, deals with the monster. This lasts up until issue 10, this little story arc. Yep. Also, like, fake views, whatever. Yeah. Though this story arc gets wrapped up with issue number 10. 11, it's just a standalone issue. Yep. After basically, of course, dealing with the monster, and, well, there is potential for the story that comes right after this one, but it's not there yet. 11 is a standalone issue where Jen Walters goes on a date with a guy named Mark. Yep. They say he's 32. So, yeah. Also, this is a really good issue. Why? Because it's basically back to the classic She-Hulk of her breaking the fourth wall. And it's all about date night, and she sees the date night symbol, she kicks it. I thought that was so funny. I mean, look at this. This is so funny. She kicks a sign. Yes. And, of course, there's a flashback of basically when she dated Hercules, Star Fox, Man-Wolf. I think this is her with... don't know who that is. I don't think it's Flash Thompson. I'm not sure who it is. I think it was Ziggy. I'm not sure who the black guy is supposed to be. Yeah. Oh wait. I think it was. I think that's Luke Cage. Yeah. So they go on a date night. It goes, and it turns out date night goes terrible because Mark turned out to be a freaking robot, and she swears. Yes, She-Hulk swears, and he gets censored, obviously, and then she transforms into She-Hulk. Beats a bunch of robots. And then we have the Pokemon there where it's like, yeah, magic. Sitting there, our best friend, can't wonder. Sitting with our best friend, can't wonder. And of course, it's like, tells Nuri to shut up. Next, of course, is Legacy. This is interesting to say the least. Unlike the first story, which was really good, this one just okay at best. But I'm not really a big fan of the artwork for the first couple issues in here. But it does get a lot better. Alright, but I give that one roughly... I'm going to give that one a 9 out of 10. It feels like a bit of a step down from the first 6 issues. Next up, it is She-Hulk Volume 3, Jen Walters Must Die. Yes, that's the serious name of this. And with these issues, they retitled the series to She-Hulk with basically issue 12 or Hulk Volume 4 become a She-Hulk 159. This lasted for 4 issues before the series got canceled, presumably due to low sales. So, what is this storyline? It's She-Hulk versus the Leader. Yep. Where the Leader comes back under the light, probably the first time in years, and kind of in a way fixes a problem with She-Hulk. Because she's got the gray stuff with her. He pretty much drains some of the gamma radiation in her body because she's got a lot of gamma radiation in her body. We also have this mysterious woman named Robin who's a fan of She-Hulk's. And of course, Hellcat's here. Oh, by the way, they changed artists again here. I'm not sure why the heck they keep changing artists for. Now, the artist for most of this run, oh yeah, 60, that was 60, my mistake, it's actually 5 issues. Most of these issues are by Juan Lindsay, and the last issues are by Diego Origai, I think that's the name pronounced it. And the cover art is still, I believe, done by the same person. Now, this artwork is a lot better than the artwork that you started with the last trade. Yes, a heck of a lot better artwork. Yes. So, at the team up with Hellcat, and of course she gets kidnapped by Robin because she's a big fan of hers, and basically becomes sort of a Misty style thing. The series Misery, where she's like obsessed with her. And then she introduces her benefactor, the Leader. Yes, the Leader. Now you're probably thinking at this time, like, wait, wasn't he dead? Well, he got brought back in the pages of Canadian Humans for some strange reason. I'm not sure. Actually, wait, he got brought back at the end of Thunderbolts. Yes, despite the fact of being killed by the Punisher in issue 3, he got shot in the head when he got turned into, he was red and he became green again by the end of the run. Yeah. So, yeah. Typical Samuel Stearns. Oh, and by the way, love this variant cover for issue 159. It's almost like a clear homage to the Leader's first appearance, which I think is amazing. Plus, love the classic logo for She-Hulk. Yeah, with the whole brick style. The brick style logo that she has here on the cover. Yeah, that's a nod to her logo she had back in the 80s. Not currently, no. And of course, she has to deal with various other stuff. And the Leader himself basically is, obsessed with her too. We see this woman basically sure being brainwashed by her. And of course, there are mental issues with She-Hulk. I'm sure he does like the fact She-Hulk is gray. So he's trying to find out what drains some of the gamma radiation in her body and deal with some mental issues. They do kind of resolve this in the final issue. So after the Leader is pretty much defeated by, of course, Jen Walters, who basically looks like gamma absorption, where she basically just hits the Leader with it and she gets knocked out. As for in the case of Robin herself, looks like she's being hauled away. Jen, of course, goes to see a woman named Flo, and the last issue pretty much deals with her mental issues, which they kind of resolve by the end of this thing, where basically they resolve like a lot of the stuff that's been happening for She-Hulk throughout the course of the past year, and it's handled really well here. We'll also deal with the death of her cousin, and the fact she's pretty much She-Hulk. That was like that for issue 163, which is the finale for this one. It's basically Hellcat and Jen Walters at a party. Yep. Where they're just basically hanging around for a bit, chatting. Talk about mutant protectors, which basically like a lot of like politics. And you have Jen Walters back being She-Hulk, the green She-Hulk in public. First time at this point for about a year. Bases people up. And it turns out basically she's like, you put mom in jail, like, don't. Yeah, it talks her down basically from burning stuff, and of course she goes, and she's like, and then she talks to Hellcat, burn, Hellcat, big fan, same. And she goes back to her hotel, and Then, of course, it looks like, though, that She-Hulk is basically quitting the law firm she basically started working at. Looks like, actually, no, it's more like, yeah, she quits, but she takes her assistant with her that she had throughout this very brief run. He didn't really appear in the last set of issues. No, not really, for some strange reason. It's like, okay, you bring him back for like the final issue brief panel. Like, he was great for the first 6 issues, and then like for the last arc, he was just simply just not there. And then he's back here for the final issue. Yes. Now I kind of know the. Now I do have a theory of why the series ended issue 163. Low sales. And I don't think it was the writing was the problem. No. I think one of the problems with the book was the inconsistent artwork. Yes. The fact this book went through several different artists in the book probably didn't help matters, and it kind of felt as though probably for a lot of people that the book kind of dropped off for a bit, basically after like the opening 6 issues. And for like 7 through 10, there probably was a dip. There probably was a dip in sales. But even with the Marvel Legacy renumbering, it didn't really help the book at all. So ultimately, the book got canceled after being restarted the numbering, roughly 4 issues after it started. Yeah, within the completion of pretty much this small set of issues, which, yeah, that was the fate of a lot of Marvel Legacy titles. Basically, where they're around for just 1 or 2 story arcs before either get canceled or they hit the restart button. That's the simple gist of it. I mean, what was restoring the legacy number for She-Hulk a bad idea? No, it was actually a pretty smart idea to do. And of course, there was a card released a few years ago acknowledging what the counterpart of numbering, which basically was the Real Chapter She-Hulk series. Excuse me. Sensational She-Hulk, all three volumes of She-Hulk. You know, the one lasts from like mid 2000s up until about 2015. Yeah, all 3 of those volumes. They all counterpart in numbering, including Hulk Volume 4 counterpart of this too. So, that's how they got to numbering for 159. Yep. And as my final thoughts this run, it's a good run. I don't think, like I said before, the writing is not the issue. The problem is the inconsistent artwork. That's the biggest problem with this book, was the artwork. Yep. But not much else to say about these 2 books. They're both good. I just kind of wish they had a more consistent artist in the book, because if you look at the artist for issue 7 through 8, it's not that good of an artwork. It's like, okay, what happened to the artist who did the first 6 issues? Like, why did the book keep changing artists for? Don't know the reason for it. At least in the case of books like Thor and Iron Man, at least they managed to keep the artists more than like a couple issues. And this is my opinion, the reason why the book got canceled was because, like, why people were buying it. The artwork and the tone of the book basically probably turned people off. But my guess is Marvel basically was desperate when they decided to do the Marvel Legacy, because that was something people have been begging Marvel for years to do, because people were getting sick and tired of hitting the restart button in these books. Though they did it again in 2018 anyways. Yep. So yeah, that's it for Single Review, and that's it for videos today, because I don't have time to do one video today. So expect to see you all tomorrow for reviews for Yoshima Head Theme Princess and How Not to Summon Demon Lord. Yep. To the next video. Bye.